And we are back with the Academy Award-winning director and producer behind A Beautiful Mind, Frost Nixon and Apollo 13. Ron Howard is now bringing the 2018 cave rescue of a young Thai soccer team to the screen. It's called 13 Lives. Great to see you again. Welcome back.
Great seeing you, George.
Boy, I remember covering that story. It was so intense. What made you want to dramatize it?
Well, when I read the screenplay version, I thought I knew the story, and yet there are so many twists and turns, and you know, on a human interest level, there's so much drama. And I also thought that just as a director, I could get the tension and the suspense of being in those caves during that rescue in a way that, you know, that was really palpable for an audience.
Great. Let's take a look at a clip.
Ready? Ready?
This is to get out. Good work.
When you remember back to those days, we really didn't know what was going to happen to those kids.
Well, they didn't know. I mean, there's so much improvisation, but the international nature of this endeavor is amazing. And yes, there's the heroism of the divers and what they achieved, the kids for hanging on, their coach for guiding them, but also so much volunteerism. And these are the stories that I also really wanted to drill down on. Thai support from different areas that you wouldn't necessarily think about, but they were game changers.
Now, I heard there were some scary moments on set that you didn't even know about.
That's true. Well, the actors wanted to do all the diving themselves. Once they worked with the real cave divers, who were our technical advisors, and they learned this technique, which is very unique. Viggo Mortensen, Colin Farrell, they came to me and said, we want to do all the diving, and we can. So we arranged the schedule. I was reluctant about it, but we had stunt people, but they said they could do it.
Up that insurance.
They did. They were doing it. And then after the shoot, they started all telling me that individually they'd had these moments of real panic and real terror because, yes, those are sets that we've created. You couldn't shoot in real caves, but they're still caves. You know, they're still tight quarters, submerged. And they never came to me because I think they felt like I was kind of a little dubious to begin with and I would have shut it down.
Right.
But they wanted to go all the way with it, and they did. And it meant all the difference in the world for me as a director in terms of being able to really put the audience in there with them and recognize that these are the people, these are the characters, you know, achieving this remarkable
Talk
thing.
more about the role the real rescuers played.
Well, they were technical advisors on it. Rick Stanton and Jason Mallinson came and coached the divers, also worked with our team so that we understood where in the caves the most dangerous points were and exactly what happened and how they got in trouble. There were so many near misses in this, George. There's a tremendous outcome. We were all grateful about it all around the world, but the way they got there, we had no idea, and I just tried to drill down on it with as much detail and honesty as I could, both in the caves, but also again outside there in that base camp where it was all happening.
The whole world really did come around. That is a big part of the story.
Yeah, well, to me that's why there was real urgency in telling it, because what the real heroes did, many of them, hundreds of them, is that they gave us an object lesson in really the sort of the viability and plausibility of hope, because they set aside so much. Look, it was a little messy. There are a lot of individual, you know, personalities involved and politics and so forth. They put all that aside and they did something remarkable. Well, if the Thai government and all those volunteers could achieve that for these boys, what else could be accomplished? And I felt like that's a great story to try to bring to the screen.
Boy, it sounds like something we could all use right now. Cannot wait to see it. Thanks for coming in.
Pleasure, George.
13 Lives is in select theaters now and premieres Friday on Prime Video.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.